Hello, everyone. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Thomas. Thomas is from England in the UK. So let's see what Thomas has to say. Enjoy the interview.
How are
Hello,
you?
hello, Thomas. I'm very well. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
So tell me, how was your day today?
Yeah, busy, thanks, but yeah, productive. What about you?
Great, busy as well. I love being busy. I love going to bed feeling tired and feel like, oh my God, I've done a lot today. I love this feeling when I go to bed. Like, okay, I'm finally here now.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there, definitely.
Tell me where you're from, Thomas.
I'm from the UK, just outside of London.
Okay,
Yeah. How about yourself?
where's about?
Essex?
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. I'm originally from Brazil, but I've been living in London for a long time. Most of my life I've been living in London.
Nice.
And Essex as to play as the place where you're born and raised.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been here my entire life, yeah.
So tell me, what's the biggest joy of living there, in your opinion?
Um, I think it's good because you're close enough to London. Like I'm only like 20, 30 minutes away from London.
Okay.
But you're also like far enough that you can get away from it if you want to as well. Yeah, so you have a nice balance.
And if I would come to your city or place where you live right now, tell me something that stands out compared with other places in the UK.
Um, I don't know. I mean, as we're quite lucky where I live, there's a lot of like nature reserves and things like that, so it's not too built up. Like there's a
Mhm.
lot of buildings and stuff, but there are some nice like nature reserves as well, yeah.
And what do you do for work for a living, Thomas?
I work at a software as a service company. So I run the implementation for that. But I'm also doing an AI apprenticeship, and I also run my own AI agency on the side as well.
I see. So let's start the interview talking a little bit more about your agency. Actually, I made a note here. It says there, helping business stop missing calls. Yeah. So tell me a little bit more about your business.
Yeah, sure. So I build AI voice agents. So for any business who handles a high volume of inbound calls, they might be paying expensive call centers, or it might be overrunning their receptionist staff, or they might even be a small business and they don't even have the capabilities to have receptionists, things like that. We
Mhm.
build AI voice agents that can handle all those calls for them, book in jobs, send out email reminders. Yeah, just handle all the inbound calls so their customers get a good experience.
I see. And that can you can provide this job for any environment, like any kind of companies or places where they work with the public.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you have to be careful with certain industries. Obviously with like the medical industry and things like that. But
Mhm.
what we do is we build custom solutions, so it's really done on a case by case basis, and obviously we do it in a way to make sure that they're compliant systems and they follow all the GDPR and all the AI rules as well. So it really is, yeah, dependent on the business.
I see. So you need to kind of somehow adapt yourself to different, let's say, companies
Exactly
environment.
that. I don't really like the whole cookie cutter approach, where
Mhm.
it's you're treating every single business like they're the exact same because they're not. Every business has their own quirks, their own ways of doing things. And that's the way we approach building AI voice agents as well. We make sure it's entirely tailored to the systems they use.
So tell me, when was the tell me the day when was the idea for you to to come up with this idea? Did something happen, or you just felt like, oh my God, that's something new that I'm gonna put some my time. I'm gonna put some more of my knowledge to create something new.
Yeah, so I've been running the business for probably coming up to 2 years now, but we didn't always start with AI voice agents. We were more of a general agency, so we were doing just like chatbots, like custom GPTs, just helping with more like consulting.
Mhm.
But then I really started to see the improvements in voice capabilities, what people are able to do with voice AI. And I think it really does solve a massive problem. There's a lot of people trying to throw AI at people these days, but I think they're trying to throw general AI that doesn't actually solve a problem. So that's why I got into voice AI. yeah, haven't looked back since.
Amazing. Okay, so during the interview, I'm going to explore a bit more about your life and also about your journey, okay?
Sure.
But before we start our journey within the magic box, I'd like you to tell me something interesting about yourself or maybe something that not many people know about you.
Um, I mean, I'm always trying to complete a new like physical challenge. So last year I did my first boxing match, and this year I'm doing the London Marathon. So yeah, always trying to do some kind of physical challenge.
Wow. When is going to be the London Marathon this year?
April.
Ah, it's just quite close, actually.
Yeah, yeah, not long.
And how is going your training? Do you train every day, a few days a week? How does work your schedule?
I train every day, but I only run 3 days a week.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Thomas, are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through memories in life and share your point of views?
let's do it.
Amazing. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So I have here my best friend. Random fun questions. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to play a song just for us to relax before the first question, okay?
Go for it.
Let's do it. Right, so before I start the game, during the interview, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about, you don't want to answer, always can change, okay?
Okay.
Amazing. Right, first question is, what things do you consider to be relationship deal breakers?
I think how you want to raise children, if you want to have children. I think you definitely want to be aligned on that. Um, I think your attitude towards like whether you're an active lifestyle or a sedentary, I think you should be aligned on those things as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and also your I think a big value as well is whether you've got a growth minded partner or a very fixed minded partner. You know, if someone's trying to improve all the time, um, then their partner should also be along those lines as well, I think.
When you are on the dating scene, yeah, tell me, when you are connecting with others, tell me something that stands out when you see someone, you go like, oh my God, it gets your attention straight away about this person.
Um, Someone who's kind, someone who's very kind to other people, regardless of who they are. But
Mm-hmm.
their preset is to be kind. That's a big thing.
Oh, wow, that's a good one. And tell me the very first time when love hit you that you felt like, oh my God, now I understand the meaning of love. Now I understand, these butterflies that when you meet someone, you go like, wow, that's something new that I never felt before.
Yeah, it was um my first real partner who I met while I was in school. Yeah.
Wow, I see. Okay, next question. Let's do it. Okay, Thomas, next question for you is, what's the best gift have ever received and why you consider that?
It would always be an experience. So I've had a number of like holidays bought for me, and like we do like food tours as well. So
Mhm.
yeah, anytime I get an experience gifted to me, I always think they're the best gifts.
Tell me one of your best holidays that for you always gonna be memorable.
Yeah, so I went to New York middle of last year.
Okay.
Yeah, that was incredible. The food, the culture, the sightseeing, yeah, it was incredible.
And what was the highlight for you of your trip? If you could take one moment that for you was like, wow.
We did a food tour while we were out there, so that was yeah, that was great. Trying all the little spots that you'd only know if you actually lived there. So yeah, that was a
I see.
highlight.
What's the biggest joy of being Thomas? Like, what do you like the most about being you?
I like my appetite for a challenge. I definitely don't like to settle. So I like the drive I have to try new things and always try and improve where possible.
And you always been this way?
Yeah, I think so. Um, yeah, yeah, I've always wanted more for myself.
And why is that? What do you think you always had this mindset? Where does it come? Where it comes from?
I come from a single parent household, so my mum raised me.
Hmm.
And I've always seen how hard she's worked
Wow.
throughout, you know, any type of adversity, things like that. And that's really, really shone through for me. So I just want to be the best person I can be for when I have my own family.
That's interesting saying that because it makes all sense. It's interesting for us to go through those situations in life that
Yeah.
at the time you don't understand. You just leave it, yeah. And suddenly, when you become an adult and start to understand more about life, about people, and you go like, "Oh my God, that was something that," as you are in the situation right now, if you are very these focused mindsets, and of course based, in some events as a child, for sure.
Yeah.
And which person in your life, right this moment, you feel more connected with or more close to?
I mean, the person I'm closest to is my mom. Yeah,
Wow.
for sure.
Okay, so she's watching this interview right now, and you have a moment, an opportunity to send her a message. What would you say? She's watching.
Um, she's done great. She's done a very good job. And she should be very proud of herself.
Wow, good one. Next question. Let's do it. Right. So before the next question, tell me what's the biggest joy for you of running your business? What do you like the most about it?
Um, I like the challenge. You know, it's never easy. There's always something to be done. There's always an improvement you can make. And I think it reflects into your personal life as well. I think, where you're lacking in your business usually will relate to somewhere where you're lacking in your personal life as well. I think the two are very intertwined. So, yeah, I think it really pushes me.
And what do you find most challenging about it?
I think it's time management. So I'm running this business while I have a full-time job,
Hmm.
and I'm doing an AI apprenticeship as well. So it's just managing time currently.
I see. Okay. Next question for you is, what would be your ideal day?
Ideal day.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, it would always start with exercise, or it'd have exercise in it as some way, whether that's a long run, or like a gym session, something like that. Then it would be like a nice meal. Um, yeah, going for some really nice food, or like going somewhere scenic outside and having like a nice coffee and food. That would be uh, that would be it for me, really.
Do you consider yourself to be more of a day or a night person?
Day, day. I get up very early, so I have to be day.
And usually, do you work when you work out? Do you work out like in the morning, in the evening? How does it work for you, your schedule?
So during the week, I work out after work, so about 5 p.m.
Okay.
On the weekends, I try to get it done early in the day. So yeah, it's usually first thing on the weekend, because then I work the rest of the day.
And boxing, how boxing somehow came into your life?
It was always a challenge I wanted to try. I always wanted to have like a proper fight. And so yeah, it was something I wanted to try. So I trained for 2 years before I actually had the fight. Yeah, I loved it. Loved the challenge. Was really proud of myself for doing it. It was very scary in a lot of ways as well, because it's the unknown, right? But yeah, no, I
Wow.
was I was very happy to have done that.
So walk me through a little bit more about this experience that you had, fighting, professional fighting.
Yeah, so it wasn't professional fighting. It was just amateur.
Okay.
But yeah, so I started boxing because I'd always been to the gym, always exercised, but I wanted to have like a functional skill as well. So like boxing's very it's a good discipline to have, and also useful in defending yourself if you need to. So I started doing it once a week. As I say, did it for 2 years. Really enjoyed it. Loved the discipline. Like, I loved the humbling aspect of it as well.
Hmm.
Really brings you down to earth and shows you what you're actually made of. And yeah, just then the whole fight camp as well. It really pushes you to your limits and shows you what you're able to do.
Right.
Um, so yeah, it was an
Wow,
experience.
amazing. And about London Marathon, when did you have the idea and why for you to run a marathon?
So I got into running around the same time I started boxing. I just started to, I was doing like small distances, like 5Ks, Then I slowly started to build it up, and then I did a half marathon last year. And so after that, I was like, yeah, I definitely want to do a full marathon. So I applied for London. Luckily enough, I got in the first time I tried. And yeah, as I said, I love a challenge, so that was the next one.
And when you apply for it, how does it work? Like the process? Tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah, sure. So it's a ballot, so it's completely random. So you put in your application, and then I don't know how they make the decision, but I have a load of friends who've been trying for years, and they've never been able to get in.
Wow,
So it's fully random. And then you get to choose a charity for who you're running for as well. So I'm running for Alzheimer's Society.
wow.
Yeah.
So tell me, how long did it take for you when you start doing the application, the whole process? How long did it take for you to, to hear the news that you can be part of it?
I think I applied just after the London Marathon last year, so I think it was around April, May last year. And then I think I found out October time last year.
Ah, so take a quite few months to for
Yeah.
you.
Maybe midsummer. I can't remember exactly, but yeah, it took a little while.
Did you expect that you could get it, or for you just like a surprise?
No, as I said, a lot of my friends have tried to get in and they've not been able to. So no, I didn't think I'd be able to. But yeah, I was very lucky.
Amazing. Next question. Let's do it. Do you like dancing?
No, not really. I've got two left feet.
Next question for you is, which question you don't have an answer for?
Which question do I have an answer for? I think it's like how you're actually meant to spend your life. I'm someone who's very focused on work and things like that, and for me that makes sense. But there's also a lot of people who get a lot of value from a slower pace of life, not necessarily wanting as much. So yeah, I think it's just understanding. Like the question is, which one is actually right.
It's so funny saying that because when I was younger, I always had this. I'm like you, always had this mindset of going after my dreams. Focus every day, have a discipline. I always had that,
Yeah.
and sometimes people around me, like friends, and of course people that are different. And I remember sometimes pushing my friend, no, let's do this, let's do that, let's do that. And they were like, my God, really, no, I'm not like that. And I was trying to get them. And at the time, I could understand. Nowadays, I understand that people that are just not like us, and not wrong with that. I think people
No,
they have their own
exactly.
pace of life, and I admire my friends when they relax.
Yeah.
It's interesting for me because I'm early bird. I wake up very early, like during the week. And the weekend, because my body got used to, waking up early, I wake up at 8, 7 a.m., like feeling, I can't stay in bed anymore.
Yeah.
And when I tell that my friends, they go like, you are crazy. How can you do that? For them, it's like my 8 a.m. For a normal person, it's like 10 a.m., 10, 11
Yeah.
a.m. the weekend. And they
Yeah.
go, and I admire them. I go like, how can you stay in bed that long? I wish I could do that. Because even though, for example, if I go out with friends for a drink, or I had a late night, 9 o'clock I'm already like awake, and sometimes I could stay in bed until I don't know 11, and of course later on I might have a nap, or I relax a little bit, but I cannot stay in bed for long. And I admire those friends that they can stay a little bit longer. They have this low, like this way of it's not wrong, it's just different, you know what I mean.
Exactly.
And sometimes when I see myself doing a lot, and I go like, oh my God, I wish I had this mindset sometimes just to relax a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm not very good at relaxing.
And what's the meaning of life for you when you think about life?
I think for me, it's striving to be better every day. Um,
Mhm.
Not only for yourself, but for the people that you love and that love you. I think they deserve that.
Wow. Tell me a life lesson that life has taught you that you feel very grateful for it.
Um, so it's actually a Hormozy quote, and I watched the video and I heard him say it, and it really made sense. But it wasn't just a business sense. It was time in the market over timing the market. So what he meant by that was, the people that are jumping between lots of different businesses and things like that, they're never going to really succeed. It's the people that stay in a particular business for a long enough period of time to really get there. And I think that's the same with a lot of things in life as well. You know, you're never going to get good in the gym if you just keep switching around and never get inconsistent or never trying to actually learn the lessons. So yeah, I think it's about, imperfect consistency rather than perfect inconsistency.
Very good. 3 questions left. Let's do it. Okay, before the next question, let's go back to AI. It's something, it took over the world. I think nowadays it's impossible for you to not to, somehow interact with AI. Anything you do today in your daily basis, there's always AI involved. My question for you is, work with it. So tell me, how do you see it? Sometimes it can be scary. Sometimes people go like, "Oh my God," it's so much. Every day there's something new. Every day, you need to keep up somehow, and even at work as well. Nowadays, people they have trainings and how to make your life easier with AI. But at the same time as well, people they are scared of it. I think scared us because maybe 20 years ago, if someone would tell me that, I wouldn't think I would believe it, that we'd get. Actually, maybe I would, but living now, with AI, I wouldn't maybe even somehow understand. So tell me, for you working with it, how do you see the future with AI? How do you see that your business can somehow grow more and more because of AI? What's your approach about it?
So I think some people think AI is optional, and that they can either decide to use it in their business or in their work, or they can't. I completely disagree with that. AI has come in and it's here and it's here to stay. Um, and yeah, I understand people are worried about it. I completely understand that. But what I would say is AI is not going to take your job. Someone using AI will take your job because the output and the leverage they can get compared to someone who's not using it, it's incomprehensible. It's not the same as human on human anymore. It's not the same. So what I would say is um, people need to upskill themselves. They need to learn how to use it in their work. They need to, if they're doing a certain task, maybe start asking, how could AI actually help me to do that? Is there a workflow I can build, or, what can I do to actually improve this process? So I think we should all be asking that with everything we do, to really try and, yeah, stand out in the world that's coming. And in business as well, the businesses that don't use it will go under, because the businesses that do use it, they're going to be leaps and bounds ahead, and you're going to see smaller teams being able to produce way more output than larger teams just because they're using this technology.
Wow, I see. Okay. Next question for you is, what is the most romantic thing someone has ever done for you?
Um, Romantic thing.
Do you consider yourself to be a romantic person?
Not particularly. Um, I could probably definitely work on that. Yeah, I think, knowing how busy I am and things like that, when someone has then booked for us to go and do something, like arrange, like, as I said, like a holiday, an experience, something like that. Um, that was romantic to me because I'm very time poor, and so I'd rather go and do something with someone than receive a thing. I don't need material objects. So yeah, organizing an experience.
Do you fall in love easily?
No, I don't think so.
I see. Okay. 2 questions left. Let's do it. Next question is, which question would you like to be asked?
Which question would I like to be asked? Um,
Or tell me a topic or something that when you are in an interview or maybe when you're talking with others, what's something that gets you? Like, oh my God, I love to talk about that. There's like a topic, something that you like it?
I mean, for me, it's both AI and exercise. That's kind of all I do all day, every day, really. Yeah.
I see. So let put a question based on that. Tell me three names of three, athletes or maybe in the, the fitness industry that for you, you always being inspired by, or maybe you have some connection, admiration. Tell me three names in the sports, world.
Um, so one person who is like a he's like a fitness influencer that I've watched for a long while. Kind of like inspired me when I was younger was Mike Thurston. That was a good one. Um, yeah, he's a fitness influencer. He posts like gym content, exercise content. But now he's transitioned into like business style content as well. So yeah, really admire his content and enjoy the stuff he puts out. I don't follow too much sport if I'm honest with you,
Mm-hmm.
just because I don't really watch too much of it. So I'm not sure I could give you two other sports people.
Okay, so I'm going to ask a question about AI as well. So tell me, you said a lot of positive things about AI, that's it's something, it's going to become like a phone. You need it like in your daily, basis. But what, in your opinion, is the negative side of it? Tell me something negative about AI that somehow you still don't get to it, or maybe you think is wrong. There's something that you could share?
Yeah, I think although we should be using AI as much as possible, I think what we shouldn't be using it for is to completely delegate our thinking to it. There's a lot of people who don't even think for themselves anymore. They'll use AI for absolutely everything. And that, well, one, isn't good for you in your brain and the way that you think um, and go about your life. But two, it's not good for the outputs as well because then you're not reviewing what's coming out of it and you're not actually critically thinking, was this correct? It can do a lot of the heavy lifting for you, but you still need to be the person that's guiding it and reviewing it rather than the other way around.
Next question, ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Next question. Okay, but before the last question, people watch this interview right now. Maybe they would like to somehow, work with you, or maybe somehow get the job that you provide. Somehow they are curious about it.
Yeah.
What's something about your business that stands out compared with other business around the world?
Yeah, we won't just work with people just for the sake of working with them. We will only work with people if we're actually going to be able to provide them value. And as I say, we test these things rigorously. We really care about your business and how that impacts your customers' perception of your business. We want a partnership with people. We don't just want a one and done service. We want an ongoing partnership that's going to benefit your business.
Amazing, amazing. Okay, last question for you is, what's your favorite TV show?
My favorite TV show. I don't watch a lot of TV, but the last series I watched that I really loved was Yellowstone. Have you seen
Okay,
that? It's
no?
it's about like cowboys in a natural national park in America called Yellowstone. Yeah, it's brilliant. The landscapes that are shown in that show it's incredible.
Right, it's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game. Okay, I'm going to say some words, just one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking. Let's start with money,
Freedom,
fear,
opportunity,
family,
everything,
life,
exciting,
love,
important,
religion,
agnostic,
sex,
um, natural,
politics,
negative,
friendship,
vital,
regrets,
lessons,
success,
Satisfaction.
Wish.
Happiness.
And one word for happiness.
Family.
One word for Essex.
Crazy.
One word for England.
Home.
One word for boxing.
Challenge.
One word for your business.
Growth.
And the last one now, AI, one word.
Opportunity.
Amazing. Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your best friend for a coffee, and I'm going to ask your best friend. Define Thomas in one positive and one negative word only. What your best friend would say about you?
I think they'd say I'm caring and that I would help people over myself.
Mm-hmm.
One negative, I'm definitely my own biggest enemy and my own biggest critic.
Wow, big one.
Yeah.
Let's play now, Thomas, in the magic box, and you can ask me a question. Hey, Thomas, you can ask me a question now.
What is it that drives you to get out of bed every morning?
Wow, wow, what a great question. What a great question. Okay. As I mentioned before, I'm early birds, yeah? And I think I have, this enthusiastic about life, Thomas. I love living. I love, the best feeling for me of the day is as soon as, I wake up very early, I organize myself. As soon as I leave my building in the morning, this fresh air, it's, my God, I don't know why. I feel so happy. I feel like, my God, it's another day. And most of the time when I leave home, it's still dark because I leave home very early. Yeah, very, very early. And I don't know, this fresh air, it could be, very cold, could be rain, it could be sun, it could be warm. But as soon as I leave my building, I don't know, this fresh air that I have, I go like, wow, it's another day. And sometimes even if I'm very tired because I haven't slept properly, but as soon as I leave my home, I just feel great and I feel enthusiastic about life. I could tell you so many answers because I love life overall. The show, of course, the show, my God, the show, I could be doing here for 24 hours no stop because that's the best really anyone can have. When I'm here doing the interviews, that's the best of me, because I feel the greatest here, connect with people, talking to people, it's something magical about me. But not being cliche because it's cliche, but it's literally in the morning. That's the best. That's what means for me life. That's knowing that I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna feel the greatest. I'm gonna feel sad for some reason. I'm gonna connect with other people. I'm gonna have challenges as well, and all of that makes me enthusiastic. I know it's weird to say that, but it makes me enthusiastic because I'm gonna learn something new. So yeah, that's for me the biggest joy of living. I feel enthusiastic about life. That's even though sometimes I have my bad days as well, like everyone else. I could be sad, I could be feeling melancholic for different reasons, but somehow deep inside, I feel enthusiastic about that. It's a gift that I'm going through those feelings or those emotions because that's because we are alive. When I feel that we are alive, we are living a life. There's something that life talking to us. When you are very happy and when you are very sad, not just that, but I think life talk to us every single day, every moment. Yeah. As soon as you're going through a situation that you're not expecting, anything in life, I go like, oops, there's something here happening. You know what I mean? So yeah, very easy, simple answer, but very genuine answer. I think life for me, as soon as I leave my building and start my day, it's a great feeling that is unique and I don't know, genuine. That it just happens. It just happens every morning when I start my day. Yeah, my answer for you.
And I think that's so important, and a lot of people could take a lot of lessons from that. We should be more grateful and shouldn't take it for granted. Yeah, there's good, there's bad, but we're lucky enough to be experiencing the good and the bad. At least we can experience another day, whatever it brings. So yeah, people should think more like that.
Totally, it's a gratitude exercise. I see that. You've been grateful for that. And again, I didn't. I didn't set up that for me. It just happened naturally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't wake up say, okay, I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna feel the greatest. It doesn't work like that. I just feel it. Just naturally, as soon as I have this fresh air in the morning, I go like, wow, what's a great feeling. You know what I mean? Even when I'm tired, I feel like I slept like 8 hours, which it doesn't happen for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I feel so great to know when I leave my building. And trust me, sometimes it's hard for me to wake up in the morning. Sometimes it's hard to have my days as well. But somehow, as soon as I leave my building in the morning, even from our holidays as well, as soon as I start my day, I just feel great about life. It's amazing. It's amazing. I don't know if maybe some people they feel in a different time of the day. Maybe people feel in the evening, or maybe they feel when in different occasions. But for me, this morning, for me, with this fresh air, it brings me a great feeling for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Good
great.
question.
And people can take a lot from that, I think.
Did you enjoy the interview?
I did. Yeah. Yeah. It was great. Thank you.
Thanks again, Thomas. Thanks for taking the time. Thanks for being so kind and accepting the invitation. Thanks as well for talking a little bit about AI. I think it's amazing. This tool that it just took over the world. And I think people, even if they don't want to, they need to educate themselves a little bit more about it. Because as you said, if you want to improve your life in a professional way or anything you do in your life, trust me, there's a point that you might need it. So
Definitely.
yeah, thanks for sharing.
Thank you very much for having me and inviting me.
And before you go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
Life is definitely what you make it. Yeah, it's going to be hard, but I think you should actually embrace the challenge. And I actually think enjoyment for life comes on the other side of challenge. I don't think pursuing pleasure all the time is what actually makes us happy. I think pursuing challenge and adversity is actually what gives you meaning. And as you said, helps you to get up in the morning.
Amazing. Very good. It's great.
It's
But anyway,
infectious.
we keep in touch, okay? Thanks
Definitely.
again. Regards to your family, your friends, and have a good
You
night.
too.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye. See you next time.